Alright, so welcome back to the vlog. I just got home after a long drive because this thing decided it didn't want to work anymore. It went futting and backfiring, spluttering all the way back, and it didn't want to go past 20 miles an hour, and it barely did 10 uphill. Now, what I've done so far with this is I've just taken that air cleaner off and I've disconnected the battery. Now, the weird thing is that the check engine light didn't light up, it just went spluttering, and as you can see there's a big ball of tape down there. That's because the temp sensor that's down there is for the ECU, which tells the car how much gasoline to put in it from how hot the engine is. Now, I don't know what the problem was, because when I was driving it, if I just stopped it while it was going bad or backfiring, it would run again for a couple of seconds afterwards. Now, it ran just for a little while. Well, ran good for just a little while. This is tricky to do with one hand. There, that's on. And that's on. And particularly hard to do with the one hand that has a cast on it. Now, it would run okay if I just let it sit for a little bit, and then it would run okay for a little longer than I let it sit. But, well, I don't have the time to do that if I'm going anywhere other than home. This time, luckily, I was going home, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But hopefully, this thing has had enough rest now that it wants to run okay now. So let's have a little look. Key. I have taken the key out of the ignition for once. Oh, that's smoking. Well, it was smoking. There was a big puff of smoke coming from the side of it. Now the exhaust exits on this side, and I just saw a huge puff of smoke just whoo, past me. Now it seems to be running okay now, but I was able to do this earlier as well. Now this one has, I'll switch over to miles here, 125,781 miles on it, and it's a 93. I mean, it hasn't gone far, but it seems these things have never gone far, but there always are a bunch of issues with them. Now, I mean, it's a nice GM or generally an American car. I mean, they're not really reliable compared to, let's say, that thing. That's older and it's American, but it's reliable as, well, as they get. Now that doesn't, it seems like it kind of stalls out at the top there, but it's done that a lot. I've never really had it up to high RPM, but it might work and it might not. I'm going to take it for a little drive. I'm going down to the barn down there anyway to check out some wheels that a friend of mine needs, so I'll take it down there. And yeah, that is my dad's car, 66 Ford Falcon. It says 289 on the side, but it's not a 289. This is a, oh, this is gonna be tricky. It's a 302. The 289 that was in here, well, it blew up, essentially. The pistons on, well, at least on one side, all pretty much disintegrated. They were all factory from... Oh, it was a completely standard engine. It came out of a 66 Mustang back in the 80s. Got shoved in here and ran completely untouched, except maybe a timing chain and an oil change every now and then. And spark plugs. That's the only thing it had done to it for years, and then the engine blew up. I fixed that 302 up and put it in here. And well, it's a pretty good, decent daily driver. I mean, well, you can see the blazer more than you can see the interior here. It's got late 70s Thunderbird bucket seats, a center console out of a really old Peugeot, and a grand steering wheel, Hurst 3-speed shifter on the floor. I can see it has some paint issues when it's bubbling up around here, cracking here. It says sports coupe, it's not a sports coupe, just to have that cleared. It has a huge dent in the deck lid. That came this winter. We have no idea what did it. It was parked outside the shop and came back out, didn't notice it until it was home, and then, oh, there's a huge dent back there. And it's got some rust down here, particularly. That's a big gaping hole straight into the trunk, and more bubbling around here and up here and over there. But it is a pretty decent, solid car. I mean, why has the door suddenly decided not to open? There you go. I had to push a button further in. It has, well, it says 51,891. It's definitely gone around at least once. So it's probably like 251,000. I mean, we drive it a lot. It's a daily. It gets used every day of the year. Rain, snow, or hail. Oh yeah, moon, attack, column mounted. It used to have, yeah, you can see that little crack right there. That is just a filled up hole from the column shifter. Clutch, the man pedal right there. Parking brake. Speakers that are really stupidly placed. And an old CD player. Yeah, this thing is gonna get a top loader 4-speed and another exhaust, because it has shorty Hedman headers and a really well-made exhaust. It's so quiet you can barely hear it running. The only thing you can hear is the valves ticking around, because he's never gotten around to fixing the lash on them. Now, if I can just get the hood on this thing shut. We can see if this thing wants to run now. It's had a little while to cool off, and while I've been talking, the temperature has gotten back up to operating temp, and it doesn't want to run properly. Not at all. I still have my foot in, I haven't removed it. And that's to the floor, and it almost dies. This is why I like older cars with carburetors and no ECUs. Because there's not a bunch of sensors to just give you all sorts of weird problems. It's just a carburetor and points ignition. You just fix whatever it needs. Well, let's put it in reverse and see what happens. Oh, come on. There you go. Back up. bumpy ride. Now, it's downhill, but we're gonna floor it. And yeah, backfiring and it stopped. That's great. Neutral. Well, yeah. I'm just gonna end the video here. Oh, that's sun in your face. Well, I'm just gonna end the video here. Try to figure out what's wrong with this thing. And I'll be back with another video later. Now, always, like, comment, subscribe. Take care. See you later.